All right, good morning. 1947D is the next reveal we'll be doing. This is reveal number 812. 812. That's a lot of numbers. All right, 47D looks like a pretty nice roll to get started. Let me figure out why we don't have any video. Let's see here. Turn this off and back on. Usually that works. And then this is a mere matter of a lamp. Well, still don't have any activity. Let's see if turning the phone on and off will make it work. There we go. Okay. Now we're better spoken. Let's see what we got going on. Kevin Hawthorne, Mickey, and Dirty Water here. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for showing up. Let's see what we've got. 1947D. All right, coin number one. Gonna go to Sureg. I should be relatively steady through the day broadcasting these. We've got 4 reveals left to do today. Then we have the reveal show this evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. First couple go real slowly so we can get acclimated and adjusted to what the 47D design looks like. Got nothing in that one. Hello, Ken of Mine and Tim Weber. Frosty. Let's see what Frosty gets. Other than a nice 47D, looks like probably, yep, nothing. Nice coin, though. Number 3, Chuck Daughtrey. Yeah, big fat 0 there too. So, I mean, we're getting decent coins. I'm not taking that away. But without die varieties, they don't spark much interest for discussion during the show. It's basically what I'm offering. So far, we found nothing other than decent coins. No doubling there, all die deterioration. There's one for Mickey. Start looking for markers to spot. We got that little scratch on the inside of the bottom of the 9 and one diagonal coming off the 1 toward the vest. So we also got that bump on the nose. So we got nothing on the obverse of that die pair. Nothing on the reverse either. Number 6 now, going to Shinbone. Still nothing. Different die pair. So we do have a kind of a line to the east of the D near the rim. Not sure I can really use that though, because that may be something that is fleeting. Shows on one coin, not on the next. So I'll use the die dot, that heavy die dot to the lower left of the mint mark. It does have a very, very small split on the lower serif. Not enough to really count, though. Alright, this shinbone's coin number 6. We're going to try to get caught up on time. I mean, not to give up the quality of the show, but I won't be spending a lot of time dinking around with stuff. It's get through and get it done. There are a few markers here, but I don't see anything close to the date. And I don't see anything decent to use close to the date. It's a die crack on the forehead up there. Actually on the middle of the head. Guess we can give that a taste and see. Decent marker there on the reverse between the M and the E of America. But I don't have to flip them over to the reverse just to tell what die pair they are. Coin number 8, Stan. Nothing on the obverse. And nothing on the reverse. Coin 9 for Jim. Nothing. Nothing, nothing. All right, coin number 10 for Frank. I'm showing an excellent connection, so if you are lagging or spinning, it's probably your connection to YouTube. And nothing there. So all you'd have to do is go out and restart your browser and come back in. That may actually clear up the issue. Heads up, package shows delivered, but it went to someone's P.O. box in Boston. What? I'm telling you, our postal system needs a reform. And it needs a reform by getting rid of all the current staff and rehiring a whole new crew. Try to get people in there who actually care about doing their job. Got in touch with someone good. I wouldn't want to go into Boston either. Hey, look at that. There's a nice RPM. Right there, a nice little double split serif RPM, 1947D. Well, that is a good coin. Going to Carl. It's going to be coin number 12. Here's number 13 for Alex. You know, dig back into familiar territory here. Well, the thing is the Postal Service is a private monopoly subsidized by the government. It used to be a government entity, but that ended many, many years ago. Since they privatized it, it's been falling in quality, and it has failed to the point now where you can't even really trust that your packages will ever get delivered safely on time. I haven't found anything in this roll. A few pretty decent looking coins, but well, we've got one RPM. It's a double split serif RPM. Hope to see more of them in here. Number 16 from Mark. Got that shadow doubling going on the outside of the 7. That is the same thing as the 1955 Poor Man's Double. Just die deterioration. Right? You can't talk to a human in the Postal Service because, well, they would be constantly inundated with calls about horrid quality, so they make sure that there's a wall built between them and their customers so they don't have to do any customer support. No need in bothering with customer care when your customers can't reach you. They have to come in and actually complain at the counter. Generally to somebody who doesn't have anything to do with what is wrong. And they take the brunt of it. Brad up next. I am ready to fire the Postal Service. I don't like the alternatives. As pretty generally most of our alternatives involve going with FedEx or DHL or UPS or one of those other private carriers, which are much more expensive than the Postal Service. But hey, if expensive is what it takes to get things there properly and on time, I'm all for it. I mean, if you've got to have more money to do it right, then let me know. But problem comes in that they get more money and they keep charging more money for the service, yet they're not accomplishing the service at near the quality they used to. I've got a little box that came with a machine part, and it was mailed in the mail. 1975. Cost 30 cents to mail that package. And I bet it got where it was going safely and on time. There's one for Otis. Largely blank in this roll. Oh, it's not about the spirits. Show me we're doing great. Everybody here is good and happy, I think. Doesn't change the fact the Postal Service isn't doing their job. All it does is makes it a little easier to bear, I guess. There's one for Srig. But because they are a government monopoly, they can't refuse my business. So the U.S. government allowed them to serve us as a monopoly. And so I can complain about them all I want and they still have to serve me. .54 proof set in the original mailing box. It was less than 20 cents to mail it. That's just nuts. And they charge so much now. You got to pay $5 just to get a coin to somebody tracked. If you don't track it, it'll get lost or stolen. It's not inflation, Frosty. It's greed. Inflation is a whole different monster. Inflation is where our dollars go to shrink in value. It's not where our service goes to die. And that's basically what's happened. Our postal service has died on the vine. It's gone by way of many of the European countries that don't do their job properly or at all, yet they can't be fired, so they don't have to listen to you. It happens, boys and girls. It does happen. Here's one for Carl. Okay, he got one of the minor, lower split serifs. Don't think we're going to be counting that. I could be wrong. But I don't believe it's enough to list. Here's number 30 now. Oh, Jim's name is upside down. We have to put it right side up. Doesn't change the fact that Jim gets pretty much nothing for a die variety. What's up, Farm Dog? Farm Dog. There'll be an email out a little bit later this afternoon, but I do believe I am going to do, as one of my reveals, a box reveal on a 2025 Philadelphia box. Usually the really minor ones are not listed. It could be, though. So we're still going to check it. But it's not likely, and it's highly unlikely that we'll be listing the really minor split serifs. We kind of dragged ourselves away from doing that, because all it does is it creates a chasm of die numbers that virtually nobody cares about. And given that, why would we want to spend an inordinate amount of time trying to match up really minor fly spec things to a listed die? That's not the fun of the hobby. The fun of the hobby is the hunt, finding good stuff. And a little tiny minor split serif is not good stuff. Yeah, it'll be a $25 box. I'll open as much as it takes. However many people want to order, because there will be no limit. And what I will do is I will get a flip for each person, and we will go through a coin for each person who gets involved, maybe two, depends on how many people get in. And we will open rolls until we are finished. There's one for Ant here. We're not having much of any luck with this 1947D box. Or roll. Puh. I said box. I read the word box and said box. The 47 plain roll earlier provided us with a very nice example of FS 101, the major FS listed double die, cherry picker listed double die, recognized by the PCGS grading service. But yes, in response to those who wonder, I do have rolls of 2025 Philadelphia Lincolns. And I do plan to do a box reveal, being that we will open rolls until we're finished filling the spots. You guys can let me know anytime if you want to get in on that. They're $1 a coin. And there is no quantity limit. You can get as many as you like. We'll be doing 2025 Philadelphia just to see what we can find, because, well, we don't really know for sure if there's anything big, nice, and major in 2025. Not enough of them have been looked at to really know for sure. But if we take it based on the last few years, there is a pretty decent chance we could find something good in them. Another one of the really, really minor little nipple of a small split lower serif. I'll send out an email on that a little bit later today. Have people reply to the email if they want in on that one. Plus, we will do it at the reveal show this evening. We will announce it again, let people get in then. And, of course, because it'll be a box reveal, we'll still take orders for spots during the show until we run into goodies. So it'll be during the beginning few minutes of the show. Can't let people in at the price once we find something good. That's kind of cheating. So we have to do it before we actually open the first roll and get involved. It's just a matter of timing when you can get in. But you're welcome to file your request right now, and I'll get it written down so that I can put it on the sheet and make sure that you are in on this box reveal 2025 Philadelphia. Taco John. Nothing really showing up in this roll. We're at coin 48 upcoming here. Got 3 coins remaining. This is the first of those 3 coins going to Paul. Oh, is Kim here? Oh, Kin of mine. Okay. I was thinking somebody said hello to Kim. Well, there's another one of our double split serif RPMs. This one's for Paul Hampton. So there's 2 of those in this roll, at least. Coin 49 now for Sissy. It'll be this week, Frosty. I'm not exactly sure when, but it will be during this coming week. We'll get together and we'll do probably an hour-long show where we will go through rolls of 2025 Philadelphia until we fill everyone's request. We'll do a coin per participant during the show and then fill the flips after the show. Well, that's it. Got one pretty decent little doubled split serif RPM. Got 2 examples of that. One of those is for Carl, the other for Paul Hampton. And looks like that's all we've come up with for this particular roll. I invite you guys to join me for the next roll, which would be 1953D, coming up in about 5 or 10 minutes. Oh, it's just Kin of mine. That's right. Not Kim. We don't see Kim very often. Guess she's a busy person. Let's see. What is it? 12:50. Let's try to get this on the road at 1 o'clock. About 10 minutes from now, I'll be back and we will run reveal number 813. Going to be a 1953 Denver roll. Hope to see you guys then. I appreciate it. I'll see you in a few.